We good to go?
It feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of Swiftcast. That's 13 backwards.
I was just going to say that.
Got a number. This is Belle.
Ashley.
And Steph.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We've had Steph with us a few times, and we're excited to have her back again.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back.
We like having you here.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm sure everybody else likes it too. Everybody should tweet Swiftcast and say how much you love Steph. So we have some cool stuff to talk about, but we wanted to open the show by reading an email that we received. This email is from a guy named Nathan Staggs. He said, "Hey guys, I wanted to start off in saying thank you for all that you do. The Swiftcast is a great outlet to escape and listen to all of the newest Taylor news. I work at a residential treatment facility for at-risk youth. The children we work with are 5 to 11 years old, and they have all been severely abused and neglected. Working with these kids is tough, but the Red album is our go-to album when working with these kids. All of the kids love the album, and they love Taylor Swift. Working with these kids can be very tough at times, and putting on Taylor always seems to help de-escalate the kids and bring some joy into their life. It's also a great way to relate to the kids, as the kids know Taylor Swift is my favorite artist. I find myself connecting with the kids through Taylor Swift on an almost daily basis. I just wanted to give you guys a feel-good story, letting you know that Taylor is also helping in the day-to-day lives of at-risk youth with her amazing songs. Keep up the amazing work. Also, congrats on being the official Taylor podcast of the ESPN Fantasy Football Podcast. Thank you, Nathan Staggs." We just wanted to read that because we think that's kind of amazing. And Taylor, you know, everybody always talks about how much Taylor, has influenced their lives, but to hear, a story like this, that just really kind of touches my heart and makes me even more proud of Taylor.
That was so nice for him to write that to us.
It is really nice for him to write that. I agree with what he says. I think that Taylor has a great message, and I think that's really amazing that, her message is helping kids.
She would love to hear that, too.
Haven't had a good time in life so far. I think that's really amazing. And I really appreciate that he listens to Swiftcast. That's awesome.
Oh, I was just going to say, this is a really great email, and I think it really shows what an influence Taylor has. Anytime I have a bad day, I listen to Taylor. And for these kids who have had such an awful life, this helps them. I mean, that's amazing.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I think it's the kind of thing that, for Taylor, if she were to hear a story like that, makes everything worth it. All the hard work she puts in, all the struggles that she sometimes has to deal with being in the public eye, I think it's all worth it to her because when she hears things like this, that it really does make a difference for people.
I agree. I think that Taylor, this is why she does what she does. So she has always wanted to make a difference in her life with her music, the way that she feels that other people's music has made a difference, during her struggles in her childhood. And I don't know, that just really touches my heart when, somebody has an amazing story like this that really confirms that Taylor really is that influential and amazing and, inspirational to people that really need that inspiration. So we just wanted to read that and say thank you for writing in, and thank you for listening to Taylor, and thank you for listening to us. We also got a tweet from Swift Loves You, and they asked us a question. They said, what do we want more, a Red Platinum Edition or a Red Tour movie? I really have to pick?
That's really not fair.
It's not fair at all. Why? One or the other? Is that the choice you're trying to give us here? What are you trying to do to us?
Yeah, that's a really tough question. I'm wondering whether the Red Platinum Edition, would that include maybe a live video of the Red Tour? Because if it would, then that would be my pick.
If we can get both.
But
that's the way they should do it, though, is when they release the Red Tour DVD, it should be the Red Tour DVD, and then, surprise, in addition, the Platinum Edition to Red, all in the same package.
I guess for the sake of this argument, it doesn't really matter, but it has been said by several people that Red Platinum is not happening, and I think if it was, it definitely would have already by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
I was just thinking the other day how at this point, after the Speak Now tour, the live CD we already knew when it was coming out, and I remember buying it on Black Friday.
Well, I think it actually came out on either the very last day of the tour or right after, which was right around Thanksgiving, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm still hoping.
But that was the end of the tour. Whereas she still has because she still had Australian shows after the US leg of Speak Now ended.
Right, she was there in March of the year Red was released, 2012. But maybe for this one she wants to include international footage, which would be awesome. So maybe we'll get the live version later.
I think when the US Speak Now leg ended, the tour was like 90% over, whereas now it's only like maybe 2/3 over.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not losing
hope. She has
hope
a lot more.
because
I mean, she has at least what, the 10 or so Australia and New Zealand shows and all the London shows, so she has a good number left.
Right.
I'm still kind of hoping in vain for a second leg of the US tour for Red.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen.
I
but...
just literally don't think it's possible unless Taylor clones herself.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was several years ago that we did it with the sheep. I mean, we could have, it's possible.
I don't think it will happen, but I think we'll definitely get some form of a tour CD, DVD, because she's had so many recordings throughout the US shows. There has to be something.
Yeah, they didn't record every single show for nothing.
And I'm pretty sure our song is going to be on the next DVD.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, yeah. With how many times that was sang and recorded, I'm pretty sure we're getting the acoustic version of our song on the DVD.
I wonder if on the DVD, when they show the part, you'll be able to hear the audience sigh.
The collective.
Sorry, Taylor. We love all your songs.
We do. We love you and we love your songs. We just love some of them a little more frequently than others. So to answer your question, Swift loves you. How dare you? How dare you try to give us one or the other? No, sorry. Merge them. That's the answer to my question.
I mean, I guess I also feel like, a Red Platinum Edition would be an extension of more of the same types of songs as are on Red, which I love Red, so I wouldn't mind more, but at the same time, I'm totally ready for the, whole new chapter of Taylor.
I am too. I really did love the Red era, but I am kind of excited about the few things that Taylor has said about the upcoming era. I'm ready for that. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that in less than a year, we probably will have new music. I can't wait.
That's so exciting!
While we're talking about just random Taylor things, I had something I wanted to talk about too.
Shoot.
So I'm sure this has happened to, anybody who's a fan of Taylor. This has happened to me several times, but it just happened a couple days ago. Somebody asked me, why do you like Taylor?
How long do we have on this episode? Do we have...
And,
do you want a 4-hour-long episode or a 2-hour-long episode?
So, I feel like at this point I should just have, an answer prepared for when people ask me that, but, I can't. Whenever someone asks me that, I'm just kind of speechless because there's just so much that I can't even, boil it down into an answer that makes sense.
Yeah, it would take hours to adequately answer that question.
No reasons I could give would really make someone get it, I don't think.
I mean, the only possible response I could have to that question is, how could a person not like Taylor?
Right? What?
I mean, I think there would be a much smaller list of reasons not to like Taylor than there would be of reasons to like Taylor.
But anyway, so I don't even know what I said, but I couldn't really answer. And then I was thinking about it later, and I still couldn't really articulate an answer in my head. And then later that day, I was listening to the radio, and You Belong With Me just randomly came on, and I just got so happy.
Aww.
And I don't know, I think something about, I don't know how to exactly describe that feeling, but that is why I like Taylor. That no matter what else is going on, the instant her song comes on, I'm just, ecstatically happy.
Yes, I can...
Especially when it's a song you haven't heard, on the radio or heard in general in a while.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple weeks ago when our song, which we were just talking about, came on the radio, and I got so ridiculously excited and happy. I'm usually driving, and I just flip out, and fortunately nobody's in the car with me, usually. But it's definitely a great feeling, and I completely agree with Ashley on that's a great explanation of why we love her. But to give all the reasons would just take forever.
Yeah, but I just feel like that experience sort of summed up the emotion of, like, why I love her. Like, there's nothing else that I think makes me feel that happy.
I think, like, I mean, I personally don't even know if I would use the word happy. I would use the word, like, connected, because I think the most, like, powerful, amazing moments I have as being, like, a Taylor fan is when I hear her singing, like, a really powerfully emotional song, and I'm just like, oh my god, somebody gets it! Because I'm a very emotional person, so it just makes me happy, like, to see how freely she can, like, express herself through music, and how she does it, like, fearlessly, and doesn't care about who judges her. And, you know, it's like, to me, like, the way that she does her music is sort of like she says, you know, hey, it's okay to react however you're going to react to the way somebody makes you feel. And that message right there is pretty much the main reason above all else that I love Taylor so much. That's probably the one thing I would say when anybody would ask me that.
So yeah, I just wanted to share that. If you can relate, I'd love to hear your reaction.
Yeah, tweet us and let us know how you reply to that question when someone asks you.
Because I feel like people just, like, I'm pretty obvious about the fact that I love Taylor. I'm not discreet about it at all. And, people that know me a little bit at work or whatever, they know that I have Taylor stuff on my desk. They know that I travel to a lot of concerts. And they just don't understand, like, what it is about this person that makes me want to do all those things. And people have said to me, like, I can't imagine liking anything so much that I would do all the things that you do for Taylor.
Well, they're missing out.
I think everyone needs to find whatever that thing is for themselves.
That's
yeah,
true.
I agree. It's kind of sad that they don't have anything they can be so passionate about.
I agree. Like, I can't, like, my whole life, there's always been something that I was really into. I can't imagine, like, not having something that just got me that, like, I don't know, excited about life, or...
I mean, obviously, whatever your interest or passion or hobby is, like, not everybody is going to travel all over the country for it or have a podcast about it, but yeah, I think everyone needs something that makes them really, really excited. Anyway, so yeah, let us know what you think about that.
On that note, I think we'll move on to...
Keeping
Up with Swift.
Woohoo!
Woo!
So, Swifties are in the running for fan favorite at the 2013 People's Choice Awards, and you can vote for us and help us win. This sounds funny to say, but that's who we are, right? Vote for us at peopleschoice.com.
Do it. Do it daily. Do it all the time.
I don't know when the voting ends, but I think you still have a while.
Yep, keep on going.
As we mentioned, Taylor is going to be performing at Kensington Palace in London on November 23rd, which is coming up in just a few days, at the Winter Whites Gala. And it's the gala is organized by Centerpoint, which is a charity for homeless people. So another great cause that Taylor is supporting. And Bon Jovi will also be there. And I'm sure it will be a really awesome event. I think you can get tickets, but they're very, very, very expensive.
Yeah, I think this event will be great. I was kind of wondering if she'll be able to meet Kate and William and the new baby, but I don't know.
Those would be some epic photos.
That would be amazing. I love Kate. I think she's so pretty. And they would look amazing together if they did get a photo.
Well, we'll have to find out in a few days. It's crazy that we're like this far into November already.
That's just weird to me. I feel like November was just started 2 days ago, and apparently it was 2.5 weeks ago. Who knew?
So, speaking of nominations, the Red Tour is nominated for 3 Billboard Touring Awards this year. Best Package, Concert, Marketing, and Promotion Award, and Eventful Fans Choice Award. And Taylor already won the... I'm sorry, is it the Top Package Award? I'm confused.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It was for artists who had 3 or more other artists on the billing. And
got it.
And so because she had so many openers, she won it
all
for...
the stadium shows had 3 openers.
Yeah. And I'm not sure whether the award was based only on gross profits or tickets sold. I'm not really sure, but I'm happy she won.
Yeah. More awards for Taylor. And
always a good thing.
The American Country Award nominations have been announced. Taylor's nominations are Artist of the Year Female, Single of the Year for Begin Again, Single of the Year Vocal Collaboration for Highway Don't Care, and Song of the Year for Highway Don't Care. And also Touring Artist of the Year, GAC Music Video of the Year for Begin Again, and Music Video of the Year Group Collaboration for Highway Don't Care. And those are a lot of awards, so I'm pretty sure she'll get some of them.
Yeah, she's got a ton of nominations in this show.
Those are going to be airing live from Las Vegas on December 10th. And also airing on December 10th is the Victoria's Secret fashion show, which Taylor taped in New York this past week. And oh my god, she's so gorgeous.
I'm sorry, but she was way more pretty than most of those models.
Absolutely.
She just looked like such a natural on stage with them.
She really did.
Although I also have to say that was probably the one and only time when Taylor might look short.
Yeah,
That's so
I
true,
saw
though.
some photos where she did look short.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's the only environment where she would be one of the shortest people in the room. Unless she wanted to go hang
strange.
out with, like, basketball players or something. But yeah, she looked so gorgeous. She had a couple of really pretty outfits. She had a silver sparkly dress that I loved, and she also had a British-themed outfit with the British flag. And I know she's saying I Knew You Were Trouble. I'm not sure what else she sang. We'll find out when it airs. And she also sang with Fall Out Boy. Once again, if you'll remember, she brought them out on the Red Tour, so that was pretty cool. And yeah,
They sang I know what you're
My songs,
Know What You Did in the Dark. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was actually at MetLife Stadium when that happened, and so I was excited to see them together again.
Yeah. And so far we've only seen little clips from what's been posted online, but I can't wait to see the whole show. And it sounds like she did a lot of songs, like she was one of the main acts of the night, so it should be really awesome.
So did you all have a favorite outfit?
Of the fashion show or of Taylor?
The sparkly dress.
Of Taylor at the fashion show. And she had a great dress on the pink carpet. It was black with flowers.
Oh yeah, that one was great too.
I honestly...
I loved the sparkly dress.
I really liked the silver sparkly dress. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be my favorite, although I really did love the one on the pink carpet. I was kind of wondering how much the silver sparkly number cost, but I guess I'll probably never know.
Maybe Jamie will tell us.
But for me, I thought what was really great about her being there is she had the most clothes on out of anybody, and she looked the best, in my opinion. And I was like, that's another reason why I love Taylor. She's
so true.
She's so classy, and
she's probably gonna have to make that exact statement sometime. I'm sure somebody's gonna say something rude about her being there, and she's gonna have to be like, I wore more clothes than anybody else. Once again.
Somebody, I saw on Twitter someone say, oh, that explains why Taylor's been wearing so much pink clothing lately.
Yeah, I also noticed that when she's been going to all those workout classes, she has been wearing a lot of pink stuff. But I think she wore that kind of stuff before, and I know we've seen her shopping for bras at Victoria's Secret before.
Yeah.
So if they're trying to suggest that she was only doing it as...
No, I'm sure that she actually likes wearing it, but they probably hooked her up with some because she was doing the show, which would explain why she was wearing more of it lately.
Yeah. I love pink stuff. It's comfy.
She looks great in everything, so it really doesn't even matter. So our last piece of news from today is about the Last Time video. The official video was just released, and it was featuring Gary Lightbody, of course, from Snow Patrol. And what they ended up doing was just taking the performance straight from the Red Tour from when he was a special guest in, I believe it was Sacramento, and just turned that performance into the video. So, yeah. I know there were some rumors going around that there might be some dancing in the video with Taylor and her recent dance lessons, but that didn't happen, so we'll have to see later what those lessons were for. But the video is on YouTube. It can be viewed on Taylor's official Vivo channel. And yeah, I saw the video right from when it was on YouTube after he was a guest, but I'll have to go watch it again to see the official version.
I just watched it shortly before we were recording. I feel bad saying this, but I just wish they would have done a little more with it. They just basically, it's like a tour video, only it's not even like a montage tour video. It's just a video of them on stage together, put to the song, and I don't know, I wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm impressed with the performance, I'm just not impressed with the video.
I kind of liked what they did with the performance, where they were sitting back to back and like sort of the choreography almost of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that fits the song very well, but I also kind of agree with Belle in that I thought they could have done more with the video. I get that there's not a lot of time. Taylor and Gary are both really busy, so I think it probably was just that they ran out of time. But
I almost think that the X Factor performance that they did like 2 weeks ago would have been a better video than the tour performance.
Yeah, I loved that performance. I thought it was so well done, and they looked great.
But they also cut the song short, probably due to time on the show, so I guess that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at the same time, though, they could have at least like done more of a, cut away from Taylor and Gary and at least showed like more of like the crowd and made it more of a montage video, such as like the for the Speak Now tour and the Fearless tour, how they did like tour montage videos to the last single of each album.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they could have at least done a little more of that instead of just. It almost looks like a home video. Do you know what I mean?
Like the Red video, if they did that.
I think what bothers me the most is Red was just released, and that was a tour video. That was the newest single, and now this is like just another Red tour. But I still love the song, and I did think the emotion and the kind of, as Ashley mentioned, the choreography on the Red tour did fit the song well.
Yeah, that's true. Well, feel free to let us know what you guys think. Love it, hate it, let us know.
Next, we're going to move into our mini segments. And we first...
Woo!
I love mini segments. We first have a Swiftie bucket list from Emily Lawrence. And hers is very long, but I'm going to read it all. And it's a great list. So, first she wants to meet Taylor, Ed, Meredith, and Andrea. She wants to have a photo with Taylor and have Taylor personally sign it. She wants to receive a thank you letter from Taylor. She wants to see Taylor on tour in LA at the Staples Center. She wants to do some baking with Taylor. Go to the Taylor Swift Education Center and the Country Music Hall of Fame. Go to the Bluebird Cafe. Get a pair of the Charlotte Olympia cat flats. I love those.
Those are so cute.
Get the Christian Louboutin Farida Bowler tote and some Ray-Ban sunglasses. I love that tote too, but I think it's like
a little pricey.
I think, isn't it over? I looked it up. It was over $1,000.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
I think
Jamie would probably know the exact price.
Yeah, I think Jamie posted it, and I thought, nope, I can't afford that.
Nope.
She wants to also get the Taylor Swift squirrel pajamas from the We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together music video. Thank you, Emily, for submitting your list.
Can I just say, that reminded me, I hope and wonder if maybe they'll bring those pajamas back for like the holiday sales this year.
I really hope so, because I didn't get a chance to get them last time and I want them.
I actually got them last time, and I'm afraid to wear them because it seems like they're so rare. They're just sitting. I'm afraid to mess them up. But I do love them.
I really wanted to wear them to the tour, but now that that's over, I don't know when I would wear them. I'm looking up these cat flats right now, and apparently they are $595.
Jeez, I could make them for $20.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of cheaper versions, but the original ones that I think she's talking about are $595 from Nordstrom, and you can get them in black or red. There's your weekly fashion update from me. I was just curious about them.
Our next one comes from Jorge J. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. It feels like the perfect night to set up your lineup. And I'm guessing this is from a fantasy football fan.
Yeah.
I know we got some questions on our Ask about who we would pick for certain lineups, so maybe that was him. Asking for our input. Hopefully I didn't give you horrible suggestions. Again, I'm gonna say, as long as you don't ever put Tony Romo on your team, you're cool.
Our next submission, we actually got a few from Sarah via email, and she has a couple of Swiftie problems. The first one is, when Swiftcast doesn't have a Google+, we do have almost every other social networking account we could possibly have.
This is true. Well, we'll work on it.
We do.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Google+, but we'll try to get on that. Her next Swiftie problem is, when your parents have you grounded from listening to almost everything, so you can't listen to Taylor's new music as it comes out.
Wow, that sounds...
What kind of parents do you have?
That sounds really terrible.
That's harsh, man.
But luckily, Taylor doesn't
That's
really
harsh.
have any new music coming out right now.
Yeah, I wonder...
So you're safe until, like, next year.
I wonder if that happened during Sweeter Than Fiction. So that would be terrible
Oh, maybe.
if you couldn't listen
That
to it.
would have stunk.
And she also submitted, it feels like the perfect night to sing Love Story all alone in my room and get weird pictures in my head of Ed standing behind Taylor in a suit of armor.
Wow, that's great.
I love it.
I love that.
That's fantastic. That's a great image.
And then she also wrote a little note to us. She said, "Thank you guys so much for doing Swiftcast. I really love listening to it. I've been listening since episode 4 or 5. I've never written in before, but it just keeps getting better and better, and you guys have really caused me to become a bigger Swiftie."
Wow, that's really nice.
Awesome.
We love hearing that.
Well,
That's our goal. We want everyone to be the biggest Swifties possible.
exactly. So thank you for writing into us and submitting, and do it more often.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Our next one is a Swiftie bucket list from Sweeter Than Swift on Taylor Connect. And her list also includes 10 items, so I'll read them all. She wants to see Taylor live, meet Taylor and the agency, hug Taylor for at least 13 seconds, get into Club Red, meet Taylor's mom and get a guitar pick from her dad, see Taylor at MSG, Nashville, Gillette Stadium, and Australia, get a photo with Taylor, get Taylor's autograph, forgive Taylor for not announcing red tour dates for Birmingham, England, and marry Taylor. That's a great list. I would want to do all of those too. Well, I guess I'm not going to marry Taylor, but I get the other ones.
Everything else, though. Our next one is from Hannah616 on Twitter. It feels like the perfect night to catch up on Taylor Swift podcast episodes. Yay! Hope your catch-up session was awesome and entertaining.
Yeah, we love when people listen to all our episodes.
We do. Especially when they marathon them, and then we're like, we hope we were entertaining enough to actually make marathoning worth it.
Our next one is from Tay La 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 on Taylor Connect, and they said, "I have no shame. I want a kiss on the cheek."
Very cute.
Very cute. Our next Swiftie problem is from @MaleSwiftie on Twitter, and he says, "No one wants to date a male Swiftie, but oh well. Taylor's music is all I need, and I'm happy with that." I'm sure male Swiftie...
Okay, hold on. I don't know why you think that, but let me tell you, if I was dating a guy and he liked Taylor, that would be like the deciding factor. I'd be like, I will date you.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Nate would have some things to say if he were here.
This is true. Nate couldn't make it to this episode, but I'm sure that he would definitely have some responses to that one.
Yeah, I think male Swiftie needs to just seek out a female Swiftie, and they'll just hit it off completely.
Exactly. Like, you already have... Here's the great thing about being a male Swiftie. There's tons of female Swifties, so it's like swimming in the ocean full of Swifties.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, that made more sense in my head. But, like, think about it. You already have a built-in, like, icebreaker. So, you like Taylor Swift. So do I. Boom! There you go. Instant conversation starter.
Yeah, it's kind of like those guys who go to yoga classes, because they're all those girls at the class. So if
Yeah,
you're a
exactly,
guy
but you have,
Swiftie,
like,
you've got the upper hand there.
You do.
So, @male Swiftie,
So,
I hope
let's-
you find a female Swiftie for you soon.
Help you find a female Swiftie for you. Yeah, you know, you already have an automatic conversation starter, so turn that frown upside down and get motivated and, okay, you know, insert pep talk here. But in all seriousness, that is not a Swiftie problem. Alright, anyways, thank you so much for everybody who submitted mini segments, and you guys can keep submitting them to us through Twitter, Facebook, Taylor Connect, basically email us, use our website contact form, etc., etc. We love hearing them, and we love talking about them. This week we played a fun game of Taylor Trivia on our Twitter, so our Twitter is definitely a good thing to follow, because we do a lot from our Twitter, and that's at Swiftcast13, for those of you who might not be following us yet. Anyways, we played this game where we asked people Taylor Trivia, and if they got the question right within a certain amount of time, they got points. And then whoever got to 13 points first was the winner. So first of all, they wanted to thank everyone who participated. Aki_52403, it's our friend Brandy, hi. Taylor Shales, Hey Loves Tay, Maddie Banker, Shine Swifts, Dorky Swift 13, Taylor Updates 12, Stay Starlight, Dale Swifty, Aaron C48, In a Simple Way, Arundel_M, and Lauren Zidell 13, and Taylor Planet 13 were our participants. And some of these awesome participants actually tied for the winning spot with 13 points each. So what we decided to do is give them the opportunity to kind of play another round of trivia, except for we switched up a little bit, and it wasn't just regular trivia. So we actually invited them to participate in a little segment on the show that we're kind of calling Apples to Taylor. If you've ever heard of the game Apples to Apples, it's sort of similar to that. Not exactly the same game, but what we basically did was we brought all these people together on the show and asked them, like, one by one, I gave them, like, a word. And it was a Taylor-related word, and their job was to automatically respond without thinking to the first thing that comes to their mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this clip for you and have you listen to this game being played. And we're asking you guys, the listeners, to choose the winner. And the winner is whoever had the most funny, the most witty, most entertaining responses. So if you go to our website at swiftcast13.com, right on the front page there's a poll, and you can vote for the winner. And the winner gets a special mystery prize. So it's up to you guys to determine who that's going to be. So without further ado, here's our very first game of Apples to Taylor. Alright, hey, so this is Belle, and I am here with our two contestants today, Brandy and Liz. Say hi, Brandy.
Hi.
Say hi, Liz.
Guten Abend.
Okay, she's speaking German. I don't speak German, but I'm guessing that means something like hello?
It actually means good night, but...
Good night. Okay, we'll go with that. Why not? Alright.
Don't judge me.
Don't judge me. Alright, girls, so here's how we're gonna do this. This is the very first game of quote-unquote Apples to Taylor, taking place... Liz thinks it's funny.
He hadn't told me the name. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Taking place right here on episode 31 of Swiftcast. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give Brandy a Taylor-related word, and she's just gonna come up with whatever comes into her mind first. I'm gonna do the same thing for Liz, and they're gonna each have 3 words. Now you guys, the listeners, are gonna be able to go to swiftcast.com and vote for which one of these girls you thought had the funniest and or most creative or most entertaining, whatever. And the winner...
I was being judged for this.
You're being horribly judged. Horribly judged. And the winner gets a mystery prize. So, how are you girls feeling about this?
Very interesting. Take it easy on me, Swiftcast listeners.
Alright, Brandy, I'm gonna put you on the spot first. You ready?
Yeah.
Meredith.
Cat.
That's the best you got, Brandy?
If you say Meredith, I think of the cat. I mean, that's just the correlation right now.
Alright, that's cool. I get it. Alright, you ready, Liz, for your word?
Oh god, okay, hit me.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ugh! Sorry. Many words that I should not say on this podcast. And also makes me think of my ex-boyfriend, also named Jake, who also ruined my life at the same time that Jake Gyllenhaal ruined Taylor's, so...
They are skilled.
Call out to my ex-Jake.
Skilled. You
suck.
You are never, ever getting back
You're
together.
never, ever getting back together. Ever.
You ready for your second word, Brandy?
Yes.
Okay. Second word here is... Drum roll, please. 22.
Cool.
Pool. Oh my gosh, I totally missed.
I heard
okay.
cool too. So
Okay, no pool, as in
Pool,
like from the
right.
music video, right?
Yeah.
Jumping in the pool. Okay, all right. It's not summer. I wish it was summer because then I could jump in the pool. Liz, you ready for your second word?
Hit me with your best shot.
Red tour.
Jealous.
Why are you jealous?
Because I did not get to go to any of the shows on the Red Tour, and I have not seen Taylor live ever, even though I've been a fan for ages.
Well, we gotta fix that next tour,
Help
Liz.
me, I'm poor.
Excellent bridesmaids quote. Excellent. Well, folks, we gotta fix this for Liz next tour, okay? She is going to a show. We're gonna make sure that this happens for her. All right, you ready for your next word, Brandy?
Yes.
Last word, last chance. You can do it. All right, your third and final word.
Good to work with then.
Swearin'.
And just a beautiful soul. Swearing is wonderful.
Swearin' is
Swearing
wonderful.
is a wonderful word in and of itself.
It's true, it is.
This is so true.
It is. I had to write to the Oxford English Dictionary and get them to...
The Oxford
make
English
that-
Dictionary and have them make swearin' an official word.
And the Oxford English Dictionary, yes.
I like it.
We need a petition for that.
We do.
We can write a change.org petition because you can do those for anything these days. And they send you passive-aggressive emails in your inbox that say, sign my petition.
Our third and final word for Liz is going to be, drumroll, her final word. It's actually going to be 2 words, so sorry for my slight cheating here, but...
So was Red Tour, so...
Oh yeah, so was Red Tour, that's true. Your final phrase, then, is Grant's hair.
Oh, God. Graham's hair is something else. Like, I couldn't tell sometimes whether it was Grant or just his hair taking over, like... No, but Grant's hair, yeah, Muppet. There we go. Oh, God. Something else.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our first game of Apples to Taylor. Thank you to our contestants, Brandy. Say hello again.
Hello.
And Liz.
You're welcome for being a guinea pig.
Alright, so guys, go to swiftcast13.com. There's a poll right on there on the front page, and let us know which one of these people you think should get a mystery prize. And if you want to play, then make sure that you keep an eye out on our Twitter for when we do future trivia contests. The winner of the trivia contests on Twitter get a chance to play this game with us here, and the winners of these games get a mystery prize. So, bottom line, follow us on Twitter. Yay!
Follow us on Twitter.
13.
Do it.
See, look, she's our little cheerleader. We love
I
her.
am. I Swift. 4 for you, Swiftcast Coco.
Bridesmaids and Mean Girls. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a keeper. Well, back to our regularly
Sorry.
scheduled podcast now. Thank you so much again, girls, for playing. And, yeah,
Thank
moving
you for
on.
having us.
You're welcome. Bye, guys. Bye, Liz. Bye, Brandy.
Peace.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys, again for playing. And as we said, you guys, the listeners, we have to determine the winner. If you ever want a chance to participate in a game like this in the future, make sure that you're following our Twitter when we do trivia games or have other types of opportunities for you guys to play games on the show. This is definitely not the last time that we will be doing something like this. So if you didn't get a chance to participate this time, there will be plenty of more times in the future. We thought we'd kind of bring a fun discussion to this episode, since it is episode 31, which is 13 backwards. And as we were just mentioning, the last time is the last single from Red, and I wasn't that impressed with the video, but there is definitely other songs that I loved on that album that I wish had been singles that weren't. So I thought we could all talk about, songs that we loved from the album that we wish were singles, and it doesn't even have to be from Red. We could talk about just any of Taylor's released songs that never became singles that we would have liked to have seen as singles. So anybody want to start us out?
I have one just right off the top of my head, especially from Red, that I definitely think should have been a single, and that is Holy Ground.
That would have been a good single. It's a very catchy song.
I think it's a really catchy song. I think it could be played on a lot of different types of radio stations. I think it's a different sound than so many of the songs that she's released to radio. And honestly, it's like the one song on Red that I have not gotten sick of no matter how many times I've listened to it. I'm not sick of any of the other ones. It's just like that seems to be the song that I constantly play the most.
I love Holy Ground, and I agree. I think it would have been a good single. But for me, if I had to pick one off of Red that I think should have been a single, it would be All Too Well, because I just think that song is a complete masterpiece, and I think she would have won so many Grammys, and I think it's so mature and just shows a completely different side of her. So I'm really disappointed. I was hoping that when Autumn came around this year, she would release it, and I really wish she would have, but part of me wonders if maybe she didn't release it because that one guy named Matt, I forget his last name, but he complained when Red was first released that she like stole the one line.
Don't even get me started on that.
I know, it's crazy, but part of me wonders if maybe that made her hesitate from releasing it as a single because she didn't want any more backlash than she already had from that stupid guy.
So I remember the exact tweet that I had when this controversy first broke out, because the only thing he was saying was that one line in the song had similar wording to one line in one of his songs. And Matt Nathanson is not a very well-known singer. Like, he has some songs on the radio, but this particular song is not one that was very well-known to a lot of people. And I find it very unlikely that Taylor even heard this song. And I think my tweet was something along the lines of, Taylor Swift's cat is more famous than Matt Nathanson.
Yeah, when this whole thing came up,
Nice.
when Red was released, I had no idea who this guy was. I'm sure Taylor
I had
didn't.
heard of him, but like I had never heard of the specific song that he was talking about. It's not a song that was ever on the radio, so the chance that she ever even heard it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, I definitely think it was complete nonsense, but I could see why it might make her decide not to release it as a single. She didn't want to have to deal with more controversy. I just think it would have been an amazing single and would have won so many Grammys.
I agree. And I remember there was like a period last year where it was rumored that it was about to come out as the next single. And I do think that, you know, it's an amazing song and would have done really well. But I almost didn't want her to release it just because I almost feel like that song is almost like, not private, but almost just between her and the fans. I kind of didn't want it out into like the realm of public opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does kind of feel private, and I think
It's a song that you would only know if you buy her albums, you know, and if you go to her concerts. It's not a song that you would otherwise, you know, really know about. And I just feel like with a lot of her songs, especially the ones that get a lot of radio play, you know, there's always going to be people that don't like them and they'll make jokes about it or whatever. They're entitled to their opinion, but that song is just so special to me that it would just honestly really, really, really upset me to hear anybody who didn't know what they were talking about criticize that song in any way.
yeah, that's a great point. It would it would hurt my feelings to hear negative comments from people who don't know what they're talking about on that song.
I feel very protective of that song.
That's a very good point. I mean, and it's one of those
it means
things
so
where
much to so many of her fans that
I think it's one of those things that, I mean, I didn't really think about this earlier, but you do bring up a great point. It is sort of between her and her fans, because I feel like if you didn't follow Taylor's career and you didn't really know, like, you weren't really around when she was dating Jake and everything, like, I feel like you wouldn't appreciate it the same way if you were just a casual listener of her music but really knew nothing about, like, her life at all. I feel like it is such a personal song that she wrote that in order to fully appreciate it, you have to sort of know as much as she allows her fans to know about her personal life to really, truly appreciate how amazing the song really is and how much of herself she put into it. And I can see that point. It's not something I really thought of before, but that is an excellent thing to think about and could be a good reason why it wasn't released as a single.
because to an outsider, I can see them just listening to the song and kind of like writing it off as just being dramatic or something.
Right, or just another song about another boy.
Right, when it's so much more than that.
Yeah, this has really helped me get some closure on how upset I was that it wasn't released as a single.
I hope I've convinced you it's a good thing.
I know that I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion here. A song that I absolutely loved, and I don't even know if I really feel like it should have been released as a single so much as I just feel like it was very underrated. I don't feel like it was really acknowledged or talked about much at all, like in general, is I Almost Do. Because the very first time I listened to Red from beginning to end, just right when it came out, that was the absolute most amazing song that just really hit me in the gut and really stuck with me, like, in my mind. Like, if I had listened to when I listened to the Red from beginning to end, and anybody would have asked me, what was your strongest reaction to whatever song, and I would have automatically said I Almost Do. And I feel like that song, I mean, I understand, I think it's maybe too mellow to be a single, so I understand, like, it would have been maybe awkward on radio, so I understand, like, why it was probably never even considered for a single, but I feel like it was just so, in general, underrated.
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, because I agree with you. I think The Last Time and Sad, Beautiful, Tragic are really underrated on the album. And I think The Last Time is just so well written. It has such a great message, and it's just, she sounds great in it. I think it's a great song. I don't know that, like you, I don't know that it could have been a single, but I definitely think it's underrated.
So basically what we're saying is we want every song from Red to be a single.
I think so.
I just wish that there were a couple of more songs that were in general, like, I was really, really, really excited that it was played, that she put it on the B stage during the opening shows in Omaha, but I didn't realize until the second night that, that song was going to be an alternated song. So I didn't realize that wasn't even part of the set. And that just made me kind of bummed. I'm like, that is such a, I mean, I guess looking back on it, I understand, because it would have been two mellow, emotional songs. It would have been competing with All Too Well, and I don't really think anything can compete with All Too Well, like, in general. But, like, so I understand why, like, it was one or the other, but I will never not love the fact that, let me restate that. But I'll never really be okay with the fact that it just seems to get looked over and underrated so much. And I agree with you, Steph, about Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. I think that song is also very underrated. So, what songs were you guys, like, in love with that really didn't get much attention or didn't become a single, and why, do you think? Let us know. Maybe we'll do a follow-up discussion. We're moving on to a new segment. Now, what we're doing with this is that every host is going to have sort of their own segment, and we're going to rotate them so that each week you get to, hear a different segment. And, we all have kind of other things that we're really into. Ashley goes to a lot of other concerts from a lot of other artists, so she has a lot of great stuff to bring to the table. Nate's a guy Swiftie, so, there's a lot advice that he can give to other guy Swifties, or even girl Swifties, from the guy Swiftie perspective. So I thought for my section, since I'm a really big reader and writer, I thought I would just kind of give you guys some updates and opinions and reviews and whatnot on books. And the second time that my segment rolls around, I'm gonna actually give you a review on The Giver, but I haven't actually read it yet, so that's gonna have to be the next round I'm doing. So to start off with, I thought I would just talk a little bit about. So we know that a lot of Swifties out there have been kind of into reading fanfic lately. Years and years and years ago, I used to write fanfic when I was like a teenager for this TV show I was really into. But it had been like a very, very long time since I have really read or read any fic. Well, a couple of months ago, I decided to start writing, just for fun or whatever, on this new website that I found called Wattpad, a Swirin fanfic. I know, we're all laughing at me, it's fabulous. Just for, I don't know, I was just bored one night, literally. There's no great story on that, I was just bored one night, and started writing it and thought I would just throw it up there. It's up to like 7,000 plus reads now, which is kind of weird to me. So I'm like, there's 7,000 people that really want to read about Swearin'? Okay. But that's kind of cool. I've really
There's even a Swearin' tab on our website now.
There's a Swearin' tab on our website now. And so I just wanted to thank the several people that are listening, that are also listeners of the show, that have actually been reading this and just giving me some really awesome comments to it. That's really appreciative. I really appreciate it. And if you like reading fanfic, check it out. It's under the Swearin' tab on our site if you just want to find it easily. Otherwise, you can go to my personal Twitter, and my Wattpad link is on there, so you can find it in either way. And we also wanted to say that, like, if you guys, run across any great fics or anything that you want me to, like, talk about or mention on the show in the future, let me know and I'll check them out. I don't, I'm still new at this Wattpad thing, so it's, hard to navigate, but I know there's other places that people post stuff on as well, so if you guys ever want me to read and review anything, let me know. I also wanted to tell you guys a little bit about something that I've been doing. Basically, how Taylor has known that she wanted to be a songwriter since she was about 12. Well, it was about the same age that I knew that I wanted to be a writer. I actually wrote, this is something Taylor and I have in common, we actually wrote our first quote-unquote, air quote, novel when we were both 12 years old. I wrote mine for English class, and it was literally like a novella, which is weird. But anyways, I've always been writing my whole life, and a couple of years ago, or late 2012, I actually published my first novel. And I dedicated it to Taylor. So I thought I would just let you guys know in case you wanted to check it out. The cool thing about this is that when I created the Wattpad and started writing my sphere and fic, I thought I'd just be nice and let some Swifties read my novel without having to buy it, so I actually put it up there. So if you ever want to read it or check it out, you don't have to worry about, like, buying it. It's up on my Wattpad. And I'm working on the sequel right now, so we'll see how that goes. And I don't know, I basically kind of take a chapter from Taylor's book of lessons, and I write what I know. I write about the people in my life, the experiences I've had. I mean, my novels are all fiction, but they're all, like, sort of based on people that I've met and different things that I've experienced. So that's the reason I dedicated it to Taylor, is I feel like her songwriting style is has definitely influenced my novel writing style, if that makes any sense. If you just go to my personal Twitter, which is at Bell13Ann, my Wattpad link is on there. And for future segments and everything, let me know, like, if there's a book that you want me to review or a fic you want me to mention. You guys can let me know, and I will do the best that I can to talk about stuff that you guys want to hear about. So.
And, well, they can also check for updates via our website on the Swearin' tab now.
This is true. To make it real easy for you guys, just go to our website at swiftcast13.com and click the Swearin' tab. And I usually update once or twice, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. So if you happen to be one of those people that are reading along and hounding me to update all the time, yeah, you can definitely check there. So thank you for the people that are actually, like, reading along with that. That's really cool. I had no idea that I would end up getting that many readers, since this is, like, my first fic. But that's really nice of you guys, and I appreciate it. And so that's just my sort of introduction to my segment, basically. And like I said, let me know what you guys want to hear. And I will do my best to review and talk about, fics and books and stuff that you guys are reading or interested in reading.
Yeah, definitely check out the Swearin' tab on the Swiftcast website, or tweet us or tweet Bell. Just let us know your thoughts. Next, I just wanted to mention the upcoming Red shows that are actually going to be next week, which is crazy. But Taylor will be in Auckland on November 29th, November 30th, and December 1st. She'll be in Sydney, December 4th, Brisbane, December 7th, Perth, December 11th, and Melbourne, December 14th. And then she'll have a little bit of a break, and then the Red Tour will come back to London on February 1st, 2nd, and 4th. It'll go to Berlin on February 7th, and then she'll be back in London because of overwhelming demand. She added February 10th and 11th. The Vamps are going to be opening up in London, and we'll be providing everybody with updates and news about the shows. I'm really excited to see what kind of B-stage songs she sings. Maybe she'll throw in some Christmas songs. That would be pretty awesome. So we will keep you up to date with all of this exciting.
Maybe her dance classes have been because she's adding some, like, epic dance number to the tour.
Yeah, maybe she'll add Sweeter Than Fiction and dance or something. I don't know. But we will keep you updated. It should be very exciting.
So next up, we have taken a break from our fan project for a little while, but we just heard about a new one going on, which is pretty cool. Swifty448 on Taylor Connect is organizing a Swifty Christmas card exchange, which basically she wants to just share some loving messages among Swifties around the world. So how this is going to work is she will personally send cards to each Swiftie who signs up, and then if they're okay with it, she will share their addresses with the other Swifties on the card exchange list so that everybody can send cards to each other and just be a really fun holiday project. So that sounds pretty cool. If you want to participate, you can message her on Taylor Connect. It's Swifty with a Y 448, or you can email her at Jill Jill_Wagner WAGNER 15 at hotmail.com to be added to the list. And she said in your email, please include your name, your address, whether you want other Swifties to send you cards, and your email address.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I'm excited to have new projects. Yay! Next up, we wanted to introduce you to a new contest that we are starting to run. Basically, we're asking you guys to be creative and help us out with something awesome. The contest is going to run through the rest of the year. And what it is that we want you guys to help us come up with a theme song for the show to kind of revamp our, beginning entry and everything when you start to listen to us. And you guys can either send us lyrics, or if you have a melody, if you play an instrument, you can send us that too. Bonus points if you're a singer and you want to record an audio or video submission. Otherwise, if you don't do that, then you can just write lyrics. The winner is going to be picked at the end of the year. They get to be on an episode of Swiftcast with us, and their theme song will be on our show, and so their name will be in the end credits, crediting them for the song at the end of every single episode. So, that's awesome!
And they will get a very special prize mailed to them, which is an Ours single CD, courtesy of Haley.
That is awesome! So yeah, if you guys want to just, come up with something cool for us to put at the beginning of our show, let us know. Get a hold of us and send in your submissions. And this is going to be until the end of the year. We're not going to pick a winner and work on that till December 31st. So you guys have some time to come up with some stuff. Let's see what you got.
It can really be anything, so we're looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
We are.
And speaking of contests, we have our iTunes giveaway still going on right now. Hopefully we should be giving that prize away pretty soon as we get to 50 reviews on iTunes. So
I think we're at 46 right now.
Yeah, so it's getting close. All you have to do is rate us 5 stars on our iTunes page and leave us a review. And once we get 50, we will pick someone at random who will get a pack of red guitar picks and a red sticker. So you should definitely do that.
Definitely. It helps us out a lot because the more ratings and reviews we get, the higher we rank up on iTunes, and then the easier it is for other people to kind of stumble upon us and find us. So it helps us get listeners. It helps you guys out because you guys can, if you leave us a review, then you're eligible to win a prize, which is the red guitar picks and a red sticker. So that's awesome. And it also, when you leave reviews, it also helps us to know, what you guys like about the show. We have a lot of reviews that specifically, people have been really cool and specifically told us what they like. We like to hear that because, we create this show. This show is, we love to hear those things because this show is created by the fans for the fans, and they want to make sure that, all of our content is stuff that you guys want to hear. So it's just a good thing all around, and it's really helpful for us, and we would really appreciate it if you do that. That would be super awesome. We also wanted to remind you that while you're on that iTunes page, if you just hit the subscribe button, then you don't have to worry about going to the page and downloading our episodes every time we post them because they automatically download for you whenever we put up a new episode. So that makes your life super easy. Yay! And we also have and if you're interested in any Swiftcast merchandise, you can check out our store at cafepress.com/SwiftcastStuff. Making a purchase helps us out because we love bringing you the show for free. It's actually not free for us to produce. So, that just helps us kind of cover the production costs that come out of our pockets to make the show. So that's just another way that you guys can support the show and get some awesome merchandise. Yeah, do it. Woohoo!
And one more reminder, if you haven't seen yet, we recently totally redesigned our website. So we would love it if you would go to swiftcast13.com and check it out and let us know what you think. You can contact us in a whole bunch of different ways to let us know. There is a contact tab right at the top of our website, so you can do it that way. Or tweet us at swiftcast13. email us at swiftcast13@gmail.com. Find us at Swiftcast13 on Facebook. Or there's some other ways too, but those are the main ones. So yeah, check out the new site and we'd love to get your feedback.
If there's anything on the site that you want us to have that we don't let us know, because we just want to make all the improvements that we can to make getting a hold of us and participating in the show for you guys as easy as possible. Well, it's getting to be around that time, so next week Taylor will...
I know what she's going to do.
What's she going to do?
I think that Taylor is going to kiss the royal baby.
Aww, that would be so cute.
That would be awesome.
It's been a while since she's kissed a guy. It's time. Well, I think she might shock us all and dye her hair brunette. Probably not. That was just a wild guess. Probably not going to happen, though. But if it does, I'm sure we'll be talking about it on next episode. What do you think Taylor's going to do next week, Steph?
She was looking for a house in London. Maybe she's going to buy a house next week.
I heard that rumor.
The house looked pretty amazing. I think it was like $20 million or something. So
well, she probably needs it for all her recent awards and her upcoming nominations.
Right, she just needs an entire house in another country for her awards. That's actually true, though.
So if any of those things happen, we will definitely be talking about it next week on episode 32.
So for episode 31, this has been Belle,
Ashley,
and Steph.
You guys have an awesome week. Hopefully it's filled with a bunch of Taylor goodness. And Nate's not here to say peace out, Swift Scouts, and Jill's not here to say stay classy, Swiftcast, so we're going to leave you with bye. unless one of you have something better.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Alright, well, see you guys next week. Sorry we had an unclever ending here. Alright, guys take care. Bye.
Swiftcast supports BeTheMatch.com, get entered into the Bone Marrow Registry, and maybe save a life. Visit our affiliates at TaylorSwiftCloset.com, where you can find detailed daily updates on Taylor's latest fashion, and our friends at ESPN Fantasy Focus. They podcast daily with all the latest tips, advice, and updates on the current season's fantasy football and baseball.
Swiftcast has no direct affiliation with Taylor Swift, Big Machine Label Group, or 13 Management.